Hello, welcome back. My name is Megan, and I'm going to be doing a check-in for us, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I'm so curious to hear how everyone's doing. There's been a lot of shifting, but it's internal shifting, and internal shifts, they can be uncomfortable as they're happening. Definitely more uncomfortable than perhaps, well, no, I can't say that, because outward shifts can be very uncomfortable in their own way as well. But the thing about the internal shift is you can't really see it, right? Especially if it's occurring for someone else. So if you're a Divine Feminine and you're wondering how your masculine's doing, you can't really see any of these shifts. You can't really see what's going on, even though so much is occurring. So it's that, again, for the Divine Feminines, it's the trusting and having faith in the unseen, having faith in the 5D over the 3D, not believing, well, not necessarily not believing, but not taking everything at face value, and really building that trust and faith in what you're intuiting, what you're feeling, because that is what's more important than anything. It feels that and this is just an idea I've been working with recently, it feels like the Divine Feminines are on this journey to learn to trust themselves and their intuition, to awaken to these intuitive abilities, and to trust that at all costs, to have this faith at all costs. Whereas the Divine Masculines are on this journey in many ways to be awakened to the spiritual path, to be awakened to a higher power. So yeah, there is a lot of intuition for intuitive downloads and kind of the gifts coming online. But I also feel that for the masculines, it's about coming back into their own power. And of course, it's like that for the feminines too, but a Divine Masculine really, really needs to be in their power. I mean, the Emperor is a very powerful, empowered energy. And so a lot of these Divine Masculines have gone their lives allowing people to take this power away, allowing themselves to be disempowered. And so this journey is a lot about finding their footing once again, their confidence once again in the 3D world. Both twins are working on empowerment, but it's just in a different sort of way. The Divine Feminines are working on the ability to be able to be seen, to show who they are, especially in the 3D world, because they're more comfortable in the 5D. And then the masculines, have to get that channel, connect themselves to the 5D, but then also kind of grounding and empowering themselves within the 3D. So obviously a lot of mirroring, a lot of similarities, but kind of different paths in many ways. Okay, cool. So let's just do a check-in. I'm actually going to start with the Divine Feminine. I'd like to know how... okay. That was interesting. I'd like to know how the Divine Feminine is feeling, Spirit. Calling on Spirit, angels, galactic family to join us for this reading. Help us to decipher these messages in truth and light. I'm going to keep that one because that one definitely came out. We have one on the floor. We're going to keep shuffling. Beautiful. Interesting. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. And these are just kind of general overall what's coming up right now for the Divine Feminine. So the first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. It feels like there are a lot of karmic cycles kind of rearing their head, perhaps, for the Divine Feminines right now. Both twins, actually. Everything I say is really just going to be for both. You gotta know that. Yeah, so there's a lot of things stirring, things coming to the surface. Maybe you're actually getting the opportunity to revisit issues from your past. Maybe things have come up in the form of a trigger or a situation that you're like, this is familiar. I've definitely been here before. And you're getting a chance to rewrite the story. You're getting a chance to heal the karmic cycles. You're getting a chance to take a new path, step onto a new journey. So a lot of it is fated. A lot of it is destiny. A lot of it is really around, meaning you're not in control of this. This is spirit guided, spirit moved. So as long as you are surrendering, which is such an important word for us on this journey, as long as you're surrendering, checking in, tuning into yourself, I think that we'll be able to weather whatever the Wheel of Fortune is bringing to us, because I've personally been having this experience many times where things that maybe have triggered me in the past have been coming up, and I've just been like, wow, I should be freaking out right now, but I actually feel amazing. So it's kind of just, it's new ways of being, it's kind of like everything's getting to drop into the body in like a very experiential way. Yeah, and so we have to have that. We have to have the experience of something happening that could be a potential trigger, whatever that is for you in your world. Something that maybe in the past would really upset you or really get you down or take you a while to get back to balance. But right now, when these things are coming up, you're like, you're able to really look at it in a different way. You're able to stay in the vibration of unconditional love, perhaps. I really feel that this is coming up for these divine feminines because we have the 6 of Wands. So there is a lot of success occurring, and it may not have shown up quite yet in your physical world's divine feminine, but if it hasn't, it's coming. But it could be in your internal world. It could just be like we're talking about with the Wheel of Fortune, just new ways of being, new ways of handling things that come up in your life, creating some more space, creating some more freedom. Feeling this, maybe you're getting acknowledged. Maybe there's people in your life that are saying, what are you doing different? You're radiating, or you have this vibe about you, or you're calmer than usual, or, people are really taking notice. And that could be in your professional life. It could be in your personal life. It could be, who knows? And again, it could just be internally for now. But, energy always starts within, and then it kind of manifests without. So it does take, that's kind of what we witness happening with the divine masculines a lot is, we can't really see the changes, but we know they're occurring, but they're internally, and then it takes a while for it to show up in the 3D. So just know that the success is coming for you, and you are completing some really big cycles, because we do have the World card here. So there is a lot that is coming. The world not only is like an ending, it's also a beginning. So there's a lot of new coming in, new energy. We're on the precipice of a lot of new things. And we do need to kind of trust that it's coming. I feel with the 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it's a warning against competitive ways of being with yourself and others. It's warning against kind of being in denial of your newfound success. And what I mean by that is sometimes we, especially as divine feminines, we can have a really, really hard time. We can have a really, really hard time accepting compliments, affirmations, kindness, acknowledgments. It can be really uncomfortable for us in our system if we haven't practiced the art of receiving. So if we can't receive from people in our life, or we can't even give and receive to ourselves, it's going to be really hard to receive from our masculines. So that's something that if you notice that lives within you, that could be something to be working on right now and to kind of working through it. Okay, so I just pulled some oracle cards to check in, again, with the divine feminines, just seeing. And again, the thing that's standing out the most to me, which is so beautiful, is this yin and yang. We got this harmony for you guys again. This is what, the 3rd time that this has come up in the divine feminines read? I mean, you're really balancing. I feel not only are you balancing the masculine and feminine energies within, you're balancing your 3D and your 5D worlds. You're connecting to both. You're finding this beautiful symbiotic middle ground where you can kind of be in resonance with yourself and resonance with the world around you, harmony, I should say, with the world around you, instead of being in a place of, conflict, right? With that 5 of Wands. Yeah, bottom of the deck, I should tell you. I did not tell you that yet. Bottom of the deck for the oracle cards, we do have the Sun. So there's a lot of abundance coming your way. There's a lot of beauty coming your way. Spirit is still asking you to have patience. Patience. We've planted the seeds. We got to give them time to grow. The sun is growing them. Your light is expanding. You are growing, but you have to be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your divine masculine. Be patient with others. It is all in divine timing. You do have the Wheel of Fortune in this reading. You have the World in this reading. There's a lot coming in. There's a lot coming in, and it's really our job to just trust and know that we're deserving of it, and it's coming. It just takes longer. Oops. Let me start that over. It just takes longer when things are coming in our, for things to manifest in the material world. Like I said, they manifest within first, and then they manifest without. Okay, beautiful. This is an interesting one. So I'm trying to clarify. We got the Envy card. Really interesting. Okay. Yeah, but it is making sense to me here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be an envy from your divine masculine, and unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, it is. We have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the clarifying deck. So what I get is Two of Swords, Temperance, the Star, the Empress, Five of Wands, King of Pentacles. So the message that's really coming out to me, because at first it wasn't, but now it is. The Envy card. They're noticing your come up. They're noticing your expansion, your light. They are noticing the gifts that you are bringing to the table. You're blossoming, Divine Feminine. You really are. If you haven't acknowledged yourself for that yet, please do it right now. Pause this and go do it. I don't know what you need to do. Some form of ritual. Maybe it's just looking at yourself in the mirror, looking dead in your eyes and saying, you're killing it. Get it, girl. Get it, boy. Whatever you got to do something to acknowledge it, because you really are stepping into this all the healing you've done, and you're shining so bright. And the divine masculines have really been looking at the DFs as the star for a while now. Untouchable, bright, beautiful, spiritual, connected, magical, but untouchable. Like they can't quite match it. And that's where this envy is coming in. That's where this indecision is coming in. They almost feel like you've surpassed them. They feel like they have to fight. They have to fight so hard, fight themselves, fight the world, fight everyone to even begin to come close to your light. But then they recognize that this isn't light. So there's a lot of kind of confusion and doubt and in-between energies here with this envy. And yeah, it's not necessarily envy in a way like, oh, I really want what they have. It's more, well, no, I completely take that back. Delete. You are allowing yourself to be seen. You are showing up big in the world right now. And this is something that's actually making them, while they're proud of you, and it's not so much that they don't want this for you, they are not in that place. They're not quite there because they're at the beginning of this path. They have a lot of growth to do, and they're not feeling super strong. They're not feeling super empowered. And there's this piece about this journey that's really interesting, and Spirit definitely intervenes and helps and assists with this. But we can never get too far ahead of our masculine, or they can never get too far ahead of us. If it starts to happen, Spirit kind of halts it. Spirit kind of slows it down. And I don't know if you've been feeling this, but I personally have been feeling this. For the past week or so, I've felt so inspired, so just incredible for no reason. Like no real reason as to why I feel so good. But just super inspired, full of life, full of light, just kind of overflowing with it, just feeling really, really good. And the past day or so, I felt this kind of like retraction of the energy. I felt a halt. I've kind of tuned inward. I've gotten a little bit more low energy, and not low and negative emotions. I still feel really great. I still feel like I'm vibrating with unconditional love, but I don't feel like I feel like the forward momentum is kind of slowed a little. And I feel that this is kind of something that happens on this journey where we kind of get pulled back to not only rest and kind of reconvene and take care of ourselves, but also to give our masculine time to catch up. because they were really feeling this envy and this, like, I'm not there yet. I don't know how to get there. And that puts them into like fear. And it's not to say that you need to stop glowing, stop being yourself, not shining your light. In no way is that what Spirit is saying. It's more about just pausing, taking some time, giving awareness to all that you've learned. You know, there's like a slowness to it all, right? There's like, yeah, pausing for reflection, pausing for acknowledgement, celebrate what you've done before just blazing forward, because that's when we can tend to get a bit into the toxic masculinity, or just, you know, the not honoring the feminine. So it's a beautiful pause. It's a sacred pause. It's honoring our divine feminines within, and it's also honoring our masculines without, and letting them kind of catch up energetically, because they want to, and they're getting there. All right, this next beautiful card we have is appreciation. And I feel with this, yeah, it's interesting. To clarify, we got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, as well as the Hermit and the Queen of Swords. So I feel that this is actually an appreciation of yourself. It's kind of what I was saying, acknowledge yourself, this expansion you're going through. It's acknowledging the journey. It's acknowledging all the light that has been expanded. Yeah, it's acknowledging the hardship, the maybe isolation, all the things that are part of the journey, but they're getting you ready for this new beginning in the material world. And I feel that for a lot of you, you're starting to really appreciate this journey, just as your divine masculine is. I also feel with the Queen of Swords, this is like a badass energy. I feel like the Queen of Swords gets a lot of bad rap, but she is brave. She is bold. She has experienced so much pain and heartache, and it's only made her stronger. It's not closed her down. It's not made her any less brave or, you know, unwilling to keep going as a queen. She's still a queen. And she holds a lot of truth and a lot of power. And I feel that that's where you're at, divine feminines, and you have this newfound appreciation for that energy within your life. Bottom of the deck was Page of Cups. So I do feel that there is a heart opening. You're listening to the messages, you're listening to Spirit, you're tuned in, you're seeing, you're really in this beautiful sort of synchronicity, or synchronous energy, I should say, with your team, with your spirit team, with your guides, really communicating. Well, my camera cut out again. Apologies, but we're back. I'm not sure what it had cut out, what I was saying, but basically I was just saying that the divine feminines are really communicating with their spirit teams, their guides, and really in this beautiful synchronous relationship with them at this moment in time that is making things seem a lot more beautiful. There's a shine to the whole process, to the journey, which is allowing this beautiful, beautiful level of appreciation. All right, let's check in with the divine masculines. Wow. Okay, I'm actually going to give it a little bit more of a shuffle, because anytime cards just like fly out and I haven't even shuffled, it makes me feel a little bit like we need a little bit more time. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out. These are interesting. We got 2 wands, so all right. Now we got a bunch of cards. Oh no. Can I take them all? I don't think so. Wow. Really interesting cards though we're getting. Okay, that one came out twice, so I will take that one, because that does feel like that wants to be here. Ah, wow, really Wands energy. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is how I keep seeing the divine masculines right now, what they're working towards, where they're at. And this is that they're getting their power back. They're getting their fire back. They, yeah, really, really Wandsy, for lack of a better word. Okay, so we have some interesting energies. This is the one that came out twice. So 6 of Swords, moving away. And then we also have this we have the Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. So these are kind of the more dominant energies I'm seeing. They did come out of the deck first. So with the Two of Wands, they're thinking, I don't know if thinking, they're feeling out the options before them. They see a road, they see a path, they see potential, they see a direction to go, but they're not quite making movement yet. There is inspiration, there is curiosity, there is it's like the flame of the wands. There is this like ignited flame carrying from the Ace of Wands. Did we just get the Ace of Wands? No, sorry, that was for the Divine Feminine. But there's no forward momentum or movement yet. And then with the Seven of Wands is kind of, it can be a defensive energy. It can be an energy where we're a little bit in our fear, we're anticipating a challenge. We're anticipating some form of an attack. And I will get a clarifier for this because I do want to know what this is in relation to. Spirit, tell us a little bit more about the Seven of Wands for the Divine Masculines, please. We'd really love to know. This is the smallest deck I have. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is in relation to communication. We have bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Underneath that, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the way that Divine Masculine is seeing the Divine Feminine right now. Kind of untouchable, kind of independent, in her glow up, doing her thing. And then we have the Hanged Man come out for clarifier. So I feel that there is, because we also in this read, kind of just to show you the cards that have come out, we have Two of Swords. So there's indecision around which direction to go. We have Two of Wands, Two of Swords. So it's kind of like the beginning of a journey, not really sure how to begin or where to go or if I'm starting it yet, but I'm examining the potential and the options. Yeah. Six of Swords as well. So slowly moving away from what has been. Yeah. So it's a slow move, and it's also a slow move out of the mind. You know, whatever's been going on in the mind, it's kind of starting to really let go of the persisting thoughts, the anxiety, the repetitive sort of, yeah. Divine Masculines can get really stuck in their head. You don't need me to tell you that. You know this. They can get really stuck in their head. So when Six of Swords comes up, it's like they're being I can't even speak. They're open to the possibility of letting go of some of those thoughts. They're kind of like, okay, I recognize this is actually hurting me right now, because they've been going through a lot. They've been going through a lot of this inner work, inner turmoil, Tower energy, and I feel that this is actually a really positive sign, because it's letting us know that they're aware of their own sort of shortcomings or where they're making this journey a little bit harder on themselves. And so they're like, okay, I'm going to get in this little sweet canoe. I'm going to take a nap, and I'm going to float away with these beautiful orca whales protecting me. I love orca whales, and there's a big orca whale up here. So it's actually like one of my favorite cards in this deck. I just had to point that out because I love orcas. So these all kind of together really tell us a story. There's like a moving away from what has been and what we've been doing, which obviously has not been working, and there's an examining what's there, what's the potential. We also have some really positive cards here with the Ace of Pentacles, wanting to build anew, and then Knight of Cups. And it's not the page, y'all. This is the Knight. So I really like this energy. And again, remember, the King of Wands is in the bottom of the deck, which is a Divine Masculine card. It's a very passionate, a loving, demonstrative, powerful, inspiring masculine energy. It's really badass. It's a very badass energy. So they're working towards it. And this building a new, fresh start in the material world, I love to see Ace of Pentacles for the masculine, because it's an acknowledgement of what we have hasn't really provided the fruit that we wished, that we wanted. So we got to start over. We got to plant the seeds. We got to go again. Yeah. And then for them to just be in a Knight energy in the Cups suit, love to see it. I'm here for it. Love to see it. The Knights can speak of new beginnings in love, established relationships, or new relationships. It can speak to a bravery with love and the heart. And it's a big ass cup. Look at this big ass offering he's got, you know? So it's no fool for love. It's not a I'm messing around with love. It's a I'm very serious about this. I'm taking this seriously. I'm taking your feelings seriously. I'm taking my feelings seriously. And clarifying the 7 of Wands, yes, it's about you, Divine Feminine. So that being said, they're taking you in this connection very, very seriously. The 7 of Wands is their fear in approaching you right now. They haven't quite figured it all out. They've gotten a lot of downloads, but they're not ready to speak them yet. Yeah, they're not ready to come forward. They're still in a hanged man energy. This 5 of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck and the 9 of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck, and even underneath that, we have the 9 of Swords. It tells us that there's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of fear around approaching you. They really don't feel like they have much to offer because they've seen you in your glow. They've seen you just kicking ass and taking names. So they don't really feel like it's time for them to approach because they're working on this new perspective, but they haven't completed it. Their spirit has them bound. Spirit has them bound. They're not bound by themselves, right? But spirit has them bound. And there's still this illusion of the 5 of Pentacles. There's this illusion of, you know, the old stories within your dynamic. Like, oh, I rejected her. I left her out in the cold. Oh, I'm afraid of being rejected by her, so I'm going to reject her first. Oh, I'm actually out in the cold because I'm afraid of her because our last conversation didn't go very well. Blah, 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 blah. You get it. So there's a lot of, yeah, the 7 of Wands is kind of like a fear and is like a pose, like they're ready for potential attack, potential harm in some way. And obviously that's an illusion. Obviously they know, like, well, I don't know if they know it yet, but they should and they will, that it's not really, there's nothing to fear with you, their counterpart. You're their Divine Feminine. You love them. You guys love each other so deeply, but they're brand new to this love. They're just waking up to it, right? This is some brand new things for them. We have cards of fly-in. They did not land upright, but anytime they cool. Anytime they fly like that, I will take them. Wow! Ooh, I love to see it. Ooh, I love to see it. Ooh, I love it. Okay. Beautiful. Why I got so excited is they also have the yin and yang. Yes! Balancing their inner feminine and masculine together, and you guys are mirroring each other. And guess what has to happen for physical reunion in the 3D? This, for both counterparts. You both have to be in this balanced inner harmonic state. Yes, it has to occur, and look what we have. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I don't even know what else to say about this. Whoa, can I speak? Yes, I can. Let's ask Spirit a little bit more about this in there, because we've had this with you a couple times, Divine Feminine, and we've had this for you. So I feel like you guys are really mastering this energy, but this is really new for the masculines. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. Communication is not far. When we have this balanced energy, if they can maintain this. Yeah, and the Knight of Cups underneath that. So the masculines are doing a lot of work internally right now, you guys. Okay, Page of Wands. Yes. Adventure, new, fresh, inspired ideas, just blazing forward, just going for it. Just really, really. Yeah, this is it's such an interesting card because it's like that creative spark. It's that creative expression. It's like excitement. And so it feels like they're coming into an excitement around this journey. Whereas, in the past couple days readings, and if you watch other tarot readers, the big theme was a lot of the divine masculines were like, oh shit. Once they recognized the journey they were on, they were like, oh, this sucks. But this energy is a different energy in clarifying this. And then we also have the Knight of Swords. So truth, wanting to rush in with truth, and all knights speak to new beginnings. So really wanting to rush in with truth, wanting to banish and let go of this defeat in the Five of Swords. I feel, yeah, the Knight of Swords really trumps the Five of Swords. It's like, yes, I felt defeated. I felt lost. It was all over. But now I know the truth. And now I'm ready to blaze in. I also like to think of the Knight of Swords as the knight in shining armor. The knight on the white horse. I really do. He's usually depicted on a white horse. And it's a fast-moving energy. It's a fast-moving, courageous, bold, brave, truth-telling, tell it like it is, not going to sugarcoat it energy. So I feel with this, there could be, especially with Eight of Wands in the bottom of the deck, some of you could be receiving communication. You could be receiving communication and things said that have maybe never been said between you before. You know, you could be hearing some of it. And I'm not saying it's going to be perfect because, you know, it's a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual path. You don't just snap your fingers and you're healed. But you could be getting some things that you've never, ever heard from your Divine Masculine before. That's the potential. I didn't really tell you, well, we'll start here. So I'm going to clarify this other mirroring energy. Oh my God. Okay, well, okay, cute Divine Masculine. So you also are mirroring each other with this appreciation card. But their appreciation, actually, Divine Feminines, is for you and this journey and this, you know, Four of Wands is the Twin Flame card. I can't see it any other way. I refuse. This is that card. So this is this beautiful celebration, unifying two people coming together in love and just appreciation and celebration, and it's a beautiful foundation built. It's just a magical, magical card, especially in relation to the Twin Flame journey. So to be having this appreciation for this journey for you, pretty magical. There is some anxiety that's coming with it. Yeah, we have the Nine of Swords. So yeah, there's some anxiety. It's that kind of what I was speaking to, the now what? Okay, now that I know this, now what? Yeah, that's a lot of Divine Masculines. I literally could hear them in my head being like, okay, now what? I fucked it up. What do I do now? I'm too prideful to change it. Anyways, hopefully that's not your story. Yeah, so there is a little bit of anxiety. We had the three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So that's a heartbreak card because it's kind of like once you realize what you have, once you realize, oh shit, this is real, then there is a pain that's going to settle in for most of these counterparts because they recognize the journey now. They recognize they didn't treat it with the respect and adoration that it deserved. They didn't see you in your light. They weren't showing up as the Divine Masculine. So having this awareness is going to also bring this sort of sadness, but that's a good thing, you guys. That's a really good thing because it means we're finally processing through some of these emotions. We're acknowledging where we've come. We're acknowledging where we're at, and that's really, really good stuff. We also had journey and victory. So to me, this is Spirit telling Divine Masculines, you're on the journey. I'm so proud of you. I'm promising you this victory. Keep going. You got this, okay? Keep going. You got this. That's really exciting. This is really beautiful energy. I love these cards together. It's a guaranteed win. We also, on the bottom of the deck, I didn't tell you, had Angel of Strength. I think this came up the other day for the Divine Masculines. They're really, really having to step into their strength. So Spirit's working with them on empowering them for them to feel their most full, whole selves back. Really important for these Divine Masculines. Really, really important. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to ask, I love asking these sort of questions. I'm going to ask how the Divine Feminine, I'm going to use this deck for the Divine Feminine. I'm going to ask how the Divine Feminine is feeling about her Divine Masculine. So Spirit, tell us. I'm having a lot of issues with shuffling tonight. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, oh. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. Okay, Divine Feminines. I just want to see if any other card comes out. Sometimes I like having like an even number of 4. Wow. Oh my God, these are like a lot of beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take these top two. I'm not going to take this one. Okay, cool. Yeah. Interesting. We do have some contradicting sort of energies. Where did that one go? Yeah, it was the four of swords. Okay, so Four of Swords came up. I'm not going to really discuss it because we had a lot of cards come up, and some of these energies I think are a little bit more important to acknowledge first. The Fool. You're ready for this new beginning. You're ready to step. You're ready to take the leap, but you're wondering how. Because we have this is the Eight of Swords. In this deck, it's the Eight of Voices. So you're feeling a little stuck. You're feeling a little like the ball's in his court or her court. I'm not sure how to move this forward. I'm not sure what to do. I want a new beginning. I know it's coming, but there's really nothing for me to do. I feel stuck. I feel trapped. I feel like, how can I, it doesn't feel good to know or to have the feeling that you're not in control of your own destiny. But I want to remind you that you are absolutely in control. Well, no, you're not in control, but you know what I mean. You are empowered. You can decide. You can claim this new beginning for yourselves. And you do that by energy work. You do that by taking care of yourself. You do that by moving forward in your life. You do not need to wait for your divine masculine to start living your life. Live your life. Live it boldly. Live it freely, wildly. You do not need to feel bound and in this Eight of Swords energy. I understand feeling that way, that you can't just snap your fingers and have this relationship in the 3D, but that's not what this journey is about. This journey is about the spiritual ascension, and you can always be doing that work. I think I said it recently, but this is a time for both twins to be doing the spiritual work very in depth and very, going in and doing it. You see the card? Oh my goodness. There we go. And doing it right now on your own individually, because both twins are really in this place of death. I think it's beautiful, the mirroring, and like how one twin will go first and then another follows. It's like the divine masculines will get a tower, and then the divine feminines will get it like a week or two later. And the divine masculines were going through a death, right? They were in death energy. We were seeing that a lot. And now you are divine feminines. And again, death can be very internal. It's not always an external thing like the tower. It can very much be an internal death. It's a purging, it's a letting go. But much like we chatted about at the beginning of this reading, it can be good. It can feel good. It can be liberating. It's kind of that feeling I was talking about where like I should be stressing out, but I feel great. Yeah? So like it's like you're purging, you're creating new karma, you're creating new soul contracts. You're deciding it's not going to be this way anymore, and you're doing it through a death, through a transformation, a rebirth. There's no reason to fear the death. And we also have this Ace of Cups and the Empress. So beautiful, beautiful cards, Divine Feminine, to feel about your Divine Masculine, because you want this new beginning and you want to feel like this divine, you want to feel like the Divine Feminine to your counterpart. You want to feel like you can be in this receptive, receiving, trusting, surrendered place. You feel that when you guys are good, you're good, and you feel this way around him. And so you're holding out. You're like, I'm going to stay in my Divine Feminine, and I'm waiting for you to step into your Emperor so we can have this new beginning. So this is truly what you want. You really do want it. You want to start again. You want to stay in your Divine Feminine. You're like, I promise to stay in my Divine Feminine this time. I promise to stay in my truth and my light, because I didn't in the last round. And I know, we've learned, we've grown, we know so much more. And I feel this like passion with you. I feel this love so deeply. I have some fear and I have some anxiety around being able to maintain that energy and being able to kind of be empowered in this connection, but I know I can do it. I'm going through this death that you've inspired, Divine Masculine. This is kind of an appreciation too. Like, thank you. Thank you for bringing about this next level of transformation for me. Every time these twins are just going deeper and deeper with each other. And I think it's so, so beautiful. Okay, let's ask how the Divine Masculine is feeling about his Divine Feminine, and then we'll grab some oracle cards for union energy. Wow. Okay, well, normally I like to give it a shuffle before all these cards fall out, but we're gonna keep shuffling. Well, oh, wow, you guys, guys are just mirroring each other in this. It's so adorable. Okay, first card that came out, Hierophant. I've been getting this a lot, actually, when I've done personal readings for people and myself. It's interesting because the Hierophant is a very traditional, it speaks of a traditional love. Like, it can. It speaks of a higher spiritual love. It speaks of a traditional, like, marriage, right? And I think the other day we got contract for the Divine Masculines. And I really always, whenever I get that for them, I feel it as like marriage contract. So they want this with you. They're thinking of it. They feel this spiritual love with you. They know that this higher love is possible. The Hierophant can also speak to like twin flame soulmate connections. So I'm really feeling with it in this way that that's what it's about. They know that this higher learning occurs with you and only you. They know that you have been able to evoke this transformation within them like no one else. And that's part of why they're drawn to you. I mean, there's many reasons, but this is a big part of the connection for you both, right? It would be so much easier to let go of if this growth and transformation wasn't present because you just, like as seekers, the seekers that we are, the personalities that we are to be on the twin flame journey, this is something our souls are deeply, deeply craving. And this is how they're feeling. We also got the Chariot. It was the next card. It didn't flip over, but it came out and shot out in such a way that I wanted to accept it. And when I saw it was the Chariot, I said, because I have been getting this for them. So they know that there's a victory possible. They want to rush in. They also are letting spirit drive. Yeah, I really feel that with the Chariot is it's like a fast moving energy, but it's also a surrender. It's also it's not a controlling, forcing, pushing, moving. It's like, I just think of that, what's that song? It's like a country song. It's like Jesus Take the Wheel or something. That's like what I hear when I look at this card, whether you're religious or not. It's just like it's like that idea of like, I don't know. All of the depictions in the tarot decks I have of the Chariot card really do imply that it's someone else driving. It's a higher power driving. And so this is a rushing in energy. This is what they desire. I know I'm telling you they're not quite ready. It's not going to happen. But we have gotten quite a few signs around communication in this reading. So I don't believe it's far off. But we do need to acknowledge this 10 of Wands here. They are feeling overburdened. They are feeling overwhelmed. They're still in this growth process. They're still in the healing. There's a lot coming up for them. They got to work through it. They got to work through it before they can meet you, match you, and be harmonious with you. I love that we got the yin and the yang in their energy. I love that they're balancing. I love that they're healing. There's a lot of good things happening, but in relation to their 3D worlds, they're still really overwhelmed. And Spirit's working with them on this. I really have been getting that message lately. Spirit is showing them and revealing them that they're the only ones kind of like, all they have to do is set it down. They're like, oh my God, it's so heavy. And Spirit's like, there's a cart right there. Put it on the cart and push it. Right? So it's an illusion. It's not real. Just like Divine Feminines are working through the illusions in the 3D. They're also working through illusions in the 3D, but they're a little bit different. They're in this sort of energy, whereas ours are in the like disbelief energy. The Fool, this is the card I was super excited about. You guys are mirroring each other, and I just think it's so beautiful. And I just, you both want this new beginning. You both see its potential. You both see it coming. We had the 3 of Wands in the bottom of the deck. So this is actually a movement card. This is a travel card. So they're in like travel card. Yes, yes, yes. But also yes, yes, yes. So really, really exciting, beautiful energy. Okay, I said I was going to grab an oracle card for the union energy. Spirit, what can you tell us about these twins? What advice do you have for them right now in their journey? I think, oh, wow. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, these cards are so similar in their message, but they're still huge. Big, 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 big messages. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Yeah. your guides, your team, the ascended masters, the angels, the fairies, the galactic families, your starseed families, everyone is working with you in this connection. It is coming, it is happening, it is here. You can trust it. We are supported. You also have your beautiful ancestors helping you, letting you know you are not alone. Your ancestors are here and they are beside you, keepers of the earth. So this beautiful energy, this is just all these helpers in these higher etheric realms for this connection. And I actually recently got the download that the divine, I don't know if I shared it, I may have shared it, that the divine masculines were actually getting a lot of downloads from their ancestors. Yeah, so like maybe they had a connection with a grandparent and a grandparent has visited them in a dream and said, this is your person, or something like that, right? And, you know, it wasn't like a specific download. It was just that that their ancestors are working with them, as are their team, their guides. But this is almost easier for a divine masculine at the beginning of the journey to work with and to see. Like, it's weird, but ghosts are more accepted in our society than like angels and galactic, you know, starseed higher beings, you know. So feeling this sort of in a more real way for the divine masculines is really helping them. Okay, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you do something lovely and wonderful for yourself. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It really, really helps the channel grow and for the video to get seen by more people who I'm sure can use these messages just like you can. Please subscribe if you're here and you're enjoying the videos and you're watching more than one. Please subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed yet? Come on. You know you wanna. I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a beautiful day. Love you so much.